Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. It is actually about midnight as I am filming this. We have been spending all day, every day at the pool, which is exactly what we like to do. So I'm coming at you with pool hair and no makeup and all the good things, which is fitting because this video we're going to talk about prepping for the busy season. Now, I'm not talking about a busy season where you have a ton of deadlines or a ton of projects, although that could apply. I'm talking about a busy season where it would be easy to just take time off of work, but it may not be possible to take time off of work. So that could be family vacations, that could be maybe a VBS or a camp week at your church, which is what I'm prepping for. It could be a special event or a holiday or any number of fun things that we like to go and do with our families, but we still want to bring in an income. So I'm going to talk to you and show you exactly how I prep for those seasons without missing a beat with my business. Now, if you're new here, I'm Tanya Johnson. I'm the founder of the Boss Mom Company, where I help mompreneurs create that coveted work-life balance that so many of us look at as the unattainable unicorn. I focus on social media marketing, email marketing, and branding. So I help you create the Instagram life in real life. Now we're going to focus on short-term preparation for this. So this is when you are prepping for a 1 to 2 week period. If you're prepping for more than that, or you are going to a busy season of life that's going to be a few months long versus a few weeks long, you can absolutely use a lot of these tips, but you're going to need to tweak some of them. So I'm going to use my real life as an example right now. We are going into day camp. Day camp is basically VBS on steroids. That's how I explain it to people. So we have basically a week-long VBS, but instead of having your kids from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., we have them from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. So Monday through Friday, we're going to be gone and having so much fun, but I need my business to still be working for me on the back end in order for me to still make money during that week. So what I'm doing is I am going through these 10 steps myself right now, and I'm going to walk you through those in just a second. And then if you go over on the blog, I have actually a freebie pack. I'm calling it the Work From Home Survival Kit. So it's going to have everything that you need to get that prep week underway and get everything laid out so your business doesn't miss a beat when you're off doing whatever fun thing that you are doing this summer. Now, the first thing you're going to do is just make a list. You are going to make a list of every single thing that you need to get done before that event starts. Because number two, you're going to schedule yourself a prep week. Now, depending on what you're doing, you may not need an entire week for this. It might be a several day period or even a 1 to 2 day period. For me, I'm taking about a week and a half in prepping because I'm doing about 3 weeks of work in one. So that is a big undertaking for me when I'm working around my family and homeschooling and ministry and all the things that I'm involved in. So you're going to look at that list and decide, okay, how long realistically do I need to get all of this complete? And you're going to give yourself that amount of hours, days, a week, however long you need to get all of those things done leading up to the event. Now, your prep week can look however you want it to look. For us, that means our house is a little bit messier. That means my daughter is getting a little bit more screen time than normal. That means I'm a little bit more tired. And homeschool wise, we have gotten rid of all of our homeschooling that is the hands-on teacher intensive. And we have left the bare bones core subjects that are mainly independent. So for us, that's what prep week looks like. It can look however you want it. You can take off of everything. You can take off of certain things. You just want to carve out enough time to get the items on your list done again before that event happens. Now, hacks or tips 3 through 10 are in no specific order. I just wrote them down. 1 and 2, you kind of have to do in order to understand how long you're wanting to take off and obviously what like your goal is that you're working for. And then number 3 that I wrote down is meal prep or meal plan. This is going to look different depending on what season of life that you're going into. And honestly, it's going to look different depending on a whole lot of different things. But I will say one of the things I included in that freebie that I put together for you is a meal planner that comes with a shopping list. So this is just to help you stay on track. If you are not eating relatively clean, what's going to happen is during a really busy, chaotic week, you are going to start to feel like garbage. So for me personally, I want to stay on top of the nutrition because I want to be able to feel my best and perform my best throughout this week that I'm spending with my students. Now, again, it's going to look different for everybody. What we're doing is our busy season is going to be June 12th through June 17th. It's a Monday through Friday. So the Saturday before, I'm doing a lot of my prep work for my food. So we are having basically bowls for breakfast, lunch, dinner, just different kinds of like things on rice or on pasta, things that can easily be reheated, in other words. And that's going to be the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of the day camp week. Now, cooked food typically will last 3 to 4 days in the fridge. So if I prep it on Saturday night, then I'm not eating it past Wednesday morning. So then that means Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday dinners are going to be crock pot meals, things I can put in the freezer ahead of time and kind of dump and go into a crock pot. Breakfast is going to be things like overnight oats that I can prep really quick the night before. I will make up some scrambled eggs and keep them in there. Probably I'll make those on Tuesday or Wednesday. And we will have breakfast on the go items like Kind bars and healthy muffins with lots of fiber and lots of fruits. And then lunches for those days are also going to be easy sandwich style lunches that I can pack the morning of or the night before and not have to worry about really heating them up or making sure that the pre-packed meals are still good, because again, they typically last 3 to 4 days in the fridge. What I do during normal seasons is I prep twice a week. Now, I usually prep on Monday and then I prep on Thursday, and I do a 4-day rotation at a time. But going into this week, I don't have time to do that midweek preparation. So I'm going to prep once during the beginning of the week. And then that midweek is going to switch over to more convenient style meals without sacrificing the nutrition side. Now, the plan is to have all of our breakfasts and all of our dinners to be very healthy. Lunches, I'm going to bring my lunch. However, lunch is provided, so are snacks for the kids. So because it's a fun camp week, we are going to let our daughter enjoy the camp style food that they're serving. She'll love it. And we'll just make sure that we make up for that nutrition during the first and the last meal. And then I am going to pack her some healthy snacks. And we've kind of let her know in advance, you can have one sweet treat throughout the day because we're doing like snowballs and different things for the kids. But don't waste your sweet tooth on things like Pop-Tarts that they're bringing for extra snacks when you have a Kind bar in your bag. That is still going to satisfy that sweet tooth without having all of the extra. So we're still letting her enjoy plenty of sweet and fun things with showing her how to make slightly better options, if that makes sense. Now, number 4, I wrote down communicate. So this is a very important tip, and that is just communicating with your family and also communicating with your clients. So family-wise, I had this conversation with my husband last week, and I just let him know what to expect, right? Because he doesn't care if he comes home to a slightly messier house if he knows that there's a reason behind it. Now, he would be frustrated if he comes home to a messy house and I'm laying on a couch watching TV all day. So it's my job to communicate why the house is a little messier than normal. And I kind of told him, I said, my goal this week is to kind of keep my head above water and clean laundry, hot meals, and a clean kitchen are the priority. Everything else is going to kind of be in the back burner house-wise. Now, I have severe PCOS, so sleep is a priority. I have a flare-up that's happening right now. I cannot go on lower sleep than about 7 hours a night. So that is not something I'm sacrificing because, again, I don't want to feel like garbage the entire time. And then I'm going to get a ton of work done. Now, the week of camp, my focus is going to primarily be on my students. Same thing, still going to have clean laundry, a clean kitchen, and hot meals, but that's going to be the bare bones. Our house is probably going to look like a tornado hit through it by the end of the week, although I am going to take measures to try and make that not happen. I also am a realist, and I know by the end of the week, I'm probably going to be tired. It's going to be a long week for all of us. So my house is going to not be up to standard, and that's just going to have to be okay for this week. And then camp ends on a Friday night. So I've already told him Saturday I have a fun day planned with friends. We're going to hang out at the pool. We're going to play tons of games. We're going to cook out. Basically, I just want a day to decompress. Sunday, we're in church all day long doing stuff with ministry. And then Monday and Tuesday, we are going to deep clean, we meaning me and my daughter, deep clean the entire house because it absolutely is going to need it by then. And so he knows what to expect and he's perfectly fine with it because I communicated. So when you're in that prep week or going into that prep week, depending on, again, what your season looks like, communicate with your family as what to expect from you. So the second part of communicating is communicating with your clients. So I typically do this the weekend before the busy season starts. I will send an email and I'll also put up a social media post. They're going to say the exact same thing pretty much. And I'm just letting my audience and my clients know what to expect during the busy season. So for this one, I'll typically tell them what we're about to go into, what they can expect content wise. And then for my paying clients, I'll make sure that they understand that I won't be accessible that week or how they can access me if they have paid for like the one-on-one service, what that's going to look like for them. So I have a few clients that are not out of their paying cycle yet. So they have pretty much 24 access to me through text message and through Facebook Messenger. So what I'm letting them know is they'll have limited access this week, but I'm not counting this week as one of their weeks, and I'm just going to credit them an extra week at the end. So that way they're actually getting a little bit of extra. I'll make sure that I check messages a couple of times a day for those specific people, but I'm also giving them that whole extra week of unlimited access to me. So that way, again, they don't feel like they are getting gypped with anything that they've already paid for. Now, tip number 5 is prepping your content. As I told y'all, I am trying to prep up through the week after we get back. So my goal is to be completely done with camp week and have a whole nother week of content, emails, blogs, everything, videos already done. So I don't have to get back on Saturday and feel like I have to rush to try to prep content for, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday into that week. So if you're not sure how to prep content or what that really looks like, there's an entire tutorial on my blog. There's also a free content planner over there. So it helps you kind of lay out visually what you're wanting to post. Now, number 6 is schedule your content. And when I say schedule, I mean like put it into the system to where it automatically will post for you if at all possible. Instagram has that feature. Your email campaign system more than likely has that feature where you can schedule out emails. Your blog host website has that feature. So anything that you can automate, and it's going to make your busy season just go so much smoother because you're not having to constantly log in and post all this content. Now, the stuff that you can't schedule brings me to hack number 8, and that is organize everything. So what I do, and I'm going to show you over here on the screen, on my phone, I have all of my graphics that I have for that week that's going to be posted, and I just have them broken up into categories. So I have my homeschool posts and I have my business posts. On my computer, I have all of the captions written out for those different posts. I have it broken down by weeks for the scripts only because there are so many of them. So I have my homeschool posts for this day through this day, my business posts from this day through this day, and I have it broken down by week as well as by subject because I do have 2 different pages that I manage. So I make sure that I am dividing those two so I'm not having to sift through content and figure out which one goes where. Because I want to do this in a way where I can be 100% present with my students. And then right before class or right after class, I can easily log in, boom, put my post up, and still be consistent in my business at the same time. So it's going to look like I'm spending a lot of time working that week. But in reality, I just have it very organized where I can grab this post, grab this graphic, throw it on social media, and in 5 minutes, I've got my content done for the day. So that was number 7. I think I said number 8, not 100% sure, but now we are at number 8, which is practicing saying no. So at this point in the game, you have your plan laid out. You should know exactly what you need to do between now, your prep week, and your busy week. Now it's time that you've got to tell people no. I actually had to practice it this week as well. I had all of my stuff laid out. I knew exactly what I needed to do. And then 2 weeks ago, this is how far in advance I plan. 2 weeks ago, I got asked to participate in an outreach ministry that happens to have a big summer kickoff launch thing the Saturday before day camp. And I graciously had to say no, thank you, because I could not physically add one more thing onto my plate. It's an awesome outreach. It's a really cool kickoff. It's going to be so much fun. Like my daughter would have actually loved to be there, but it is not fair for my mental health or for my family to stretch myself so thin that I have a mini breakdown right before camp week starts. So I had to say no, and that's okay. No is a complete sentence. I did not explain why I said no. I did not have to explain. I can tell somebody no and not have to go into detail and kind of almost apologize my way out of it. No means no. Thank you for asking me. I am not going to participate at this time, but definitely ask me the next time something like this comes up. And if my schedule allows, I will absolutely participate and help out. That is all you have to say. Let them know you appreciate the fact that they asked you. Unfortunately, it's not going to work out this time, but they're welcome to ask in the future. And this lets them know it's not that I'm not interested. It's not that I don't want to serve or don't want to help. This is just not a good time for me to do it right now. And then number 9 is ease back into life. Trust me, I have done it the other way. I've had it to where the day we get back, I schedule something big and I'm just going to run back into life. I never feel like doing it. Now I show up because if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. But then I'm like burnt out by the end. I don't even want to do it. I don't look forward to it. Ease back into life. If you're going on a trip, plan a day to where when you get back, you have a whole day to unpack, get your house back in order, to meal prep or meal plan or whatever you need to get back onto your normal schedule. Now, if you're doing like what we're doing, we're not going anywhere. We just have a really busy week. We're planning a fun day when we get back. We're going to have a cookout and lots of board games. We love to play games at the pool, like card games and that kind of stuff. And we're just going to hang out with friends and honestly not do anything. I'm going to sleep in that morning. Probably the Friday night when we get back, I'm going to sit and watch a movie with my daughter and stay up late and eat popcorn and just reminisce about the really awesome week that we had. We're not going to get up super early the next day. We're going to leisurely head out to the pool. We're going to hang out there all day long. And then we're going to have church the next morning with our family. And I normally do filming before we go to church because that's my window that I film in. I'm planning on having all my content prepped before then. So guess what? That morning, I don't have to get up and film. I can get up leisurely with my family, probably have a nice breakfast before we head to church. We're going to head to Sunday school. We're going to do junior church. We'll probably eat out and go to a nice lunch after that so I don't have to rush home and cook. We are very much easing back into life. And that's exactly what I suggest you doing. It's really hard to come off of a busy week and go right back into the normal routine. And then number 10, and this is probably the most important out of all of these, is keep your morning routine. Keep your journaling, keep your devotions. Like what you do first thing in the morning sets the tone for the rest of the day. So we're pretty good about keeping that routine when we are in the normal season, right? And then we go into busy season and it all gets thrown out the window. Listen, I am preaching to the choir here because I know most of you guys, you have really solid morning routines. If you're a business owner, you pretty much have to, right? Like that's how we function and that's how we get to the success that we have. But it's easy to throw that away during the busy season. So make sure you're journaling, you're doing your devotions, you're having that quiet time with Jesus before you start on the busy, chaotic day. And if you're like, Tanya, I actually want to start journaling. I don't even know how to do this. I've heard that it relieves so much stress and it just helps the calm. It does. I have a complete how-to guide on my blog. It is totally free for y'all. And the freebie this week actually has the journaling starter kit included. So what I really love about this is there's a page. Yes, there's journaling pages. That is awesome in itself. But I've got a page to track sleep. This helps me so much to stay on track. And then I have a mood tracker that I'm actually going to show you right here because it's super cute. I make these up every month. They're always a different design. Like I do this myself on my own computer and then I make it available to all of my clients. This is a mood tracker that I made up for this month. It's a beach theme. And actually you could probably use it for the next few months if you want to just reprint it off. But I love it so much. It's so fun. I look forward to coloring my little icon every single day. And I think you will too. So I hope these tips helped. If you want to let me know in the comment section which one you like the best, it really helps this channel grow when we get comments on these videos. It really helps this channel grow if you want to hit the like button. If you found any value in this and you want to like and subscribe, we absolutely appreciate it. If you're friends with any other mompreneurs, go ahead and share this video with them and see if these tips help them as well. So I appreciate you tuning in every single week. A lot of you guys are very loyal to this channel, very loyal to the Helping Hearts homeschool movement. And I know a lot of y'all aren't homeschoolers because you follow me for the business tips, and that's totally fine. But we love working with you. We love working together. I love hearing feedback from you guys every single week. So feel free to pop in my DMs and let me know what you would like to hear about in the future, what kind of trainings you would like to see, what questions you have, that kind of stuff. And I will see y'all again next week.